What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Mexico City Golden Eagles relocation franchise. That is right. We begin another year number 6, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. It has been a minute since I filmed the video on the Golden Eagles, but I think it's year 6. We've got ourselves a good team. We've got ourselves a championship team, but now we got to go and keep on proving that. So this year is our year again. Let's go and do that. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. Let's get into it. So before we started, I went through some of the draft classes on the download center and I made sure that the ones that I had on the wheel spin are ones that actually are good. So I have downloaded all the ones I have from 1995 all the way up to modern day, obviously. So I went through some of the older ones. They just weren't good. They weren't working. They had the glitch with like the 6-inch players where it was all messed up. So all of those older ones, unfortunately, we can't do anything from the 80s, which sucks, but it's just the way that you have to do it. So we have from 1995 on, which is good because there's still some really good players from 1995 on. Peyton Manning, Randy Moss, Champ Bailey, Brian Dawkins, these kind of guys are guys that we're going to be able to have because we have these draft classes that are actually capable and working. Now, they're not super in depth. A lot of them are WIP, which is work in progress, but they still have the main people, so we'll have to get by with it. So everything on my wheel should work. Hopefully, cross your fingers. Everything on the wheel should be able to work, so we don't have any problems where we're looking for other draft classes. We have to respin because the draft classes are glitched. So I should have everything ready to go. So now that we're talking about it, let's load up the wheel spin. Let's find out what our wheel spin is going to be this year. What was our wheel spin last year? We had because last year we had the multiple spins because the ones that I was spinning weren't working. I can't remember exactly what our wheel spin was last year. I guess I could quickly go check what the rookies are this year. Do we have any rookies this year? Who'd we draft? Oh, it was Quentin Nelson. It was Orlando Brown Jr. So it was 2018 is what it was. 2018 was okay. That's what we got. 2018 was last year's draft. Let's start the screen record so you guys can see what we are doing. All right, so now you should be able to see the wheel on your screen next to my handsome face. Let's spin the wheel from 1995 on. I'm really hoping we get a lower, like an older 90s draft class because that would just shake things up really good. So 3, 2, 1, spin the wheel. What is it going to be? What is it going to be? It's going to be an older one, not super old. 2007. 2007 is the Calvin Johnson year. We did it. We're back, baby. We finally spun the wheel to get Calvin Johnson. Oh, it finally happened. It finally happened. Let me make sure that I get rid of the 2007 year so I don't have that mistake again where I didn't get rid of it last time. Okay, so 2007 has been deleted from the wheel, so we will not have a respin, a duplicate. We did it. We're back, boys. The 2007 draft class. Obviously, it's the Jamarcus Russell #1 overall pick draft, but 2007 is the draft. I should have it downloaded. I do have it downloaded. 2007. Welcome aboard. I mean, it's here. There's Jamarcus Russell. There's Adrian Peterson. There's Marshawn Lynch, Shady McCoy. But the jewel of the class is right here. Megatron, Calvin Johnson Jr. is in this draft class. Also Ted Ginn Jr. as well, which wouldn't be a bad idea. But obviously we want to go for Calvin Johnson. That is our main goal. We already have our quarterback, so we have to go for Jamarcus Russell. Well, let's take a look at that team. Not the depth chart, even though we have Patrick Mahomes. Let's take a look at the team. So we've got our franchise quarterback. We don't have to worry about that. We probably even have our franchise running back, although he's expensive. We just paid him last year, I'm pretty sure, right? Did we not just pay him last year? I'll take a look at the salaries in a second. I'm pretty sure we just paid him in the offseason. He's expensive. So maybe we look to move on from him, get a rookie like Adrian Peterson. We have Antonio Brown, but I could certainly see Calvin Johnson added to this roster. Him and Antonio Brown with Elias Parra and Xavier Worthy. Oh my God, that's elite. The offensive line is fantastic. We have Rob Gronkowski, we have Brock Bowers, and we have Mark Andrews. I had to take Mark Andrews. He was just sitting there late in the draft. I had to take him. Nobody would. They were basically asking me to take him because nobody else would. They kept passing on him, so I had to do it, even though we didn't technically need him. The offensive line or the defensive line needs a little bit of work. We're still working on defensive tackle. We have Creighton, but I don't know if there's another defensive tackle that we have on the roster right now that's good. Moreno's fine. Harrison Phillips has Dev Tray, which probably star Dev. I would assume almost definitely it's star Dev. And then Grover Stewart, but I don't know. Are we fully set on these guys? Maybe. Maybe we are. We have TJ Watt. We have Myles Garrett. Corner, I could definitely use another corner. Safety, we're pretty much good. We have Earl Thomas, we have Ed Reed, we have Cam Chancellor, we have Derwin James. So we have the starters and the backups. We're pretty good there. Middle linebacker, we have Roquan Smith, but the other linebackers, we could use an upgrade, I guess. I mean, I'd like to develop Dallas Turner. I'd like to develop Beltron and all these kind of guys, Braylon Trice, even. But this team is just turned into a powerhouse, a super team, if you will. We're fantastic, and it all started when we got Patrick Mahomes. It all started when we got Patrick Mahomes. We'll take a look. I just want to take a quick look at the Legacy Leaderboard because I need to make sure. Yes, we did win the one Super Bowl in year number 2, but we did not win a second Super Bowl last year. Didn't we? We made the playoffs, but we didn't go very far. Or no, we went. Did we lose the AFC Championship? I forget. It's been a while. Staying. It's been a while since I played last season, so I don't remember exactly what happened. I don't remember exactly what went down. Oh, what a draft class. What a draft class to get the 2007 draft class. I do want to see, I'll take a look at salaries in a second, like I said, but I do want to see our draft capital. What are we working with here? We are working with 3 first-round picks. Thank you, Past Juice, for being able to get these first-round picks. We have the number 2 pick projected right now, but that's probably not going to stay where it is. I would doubt the Chiefs are bad enough to give us the 2nd overall pick or the 1st overall pick all the way through the season. But then we have our own pick, and then we have Seattle's pick. So 3 first-round picks this year. We don't have any first-round, or we have 1 first-round pick, but not multiple next year. But as always, we can maneuver these picks around, trade them back, get other picks for next year. Also, we could probably trade some players if we wanted to. Speaking of that, yeah, we did just pay. So this is the first year of our new contract for Terrell Woodward. I thought that we just paid him. We're paying Antonio Brown a whole heck of a lot of money. We're paying Ben Goodwell a lot of money. We're paying Carlos Lopez a ton. We're paying Elias Parra a ton. Woodward we're now paying a lot because he just got that contract extension. Marco Creighton is going to be up for a new contract. He's going to want a lot of money. He might be on the trade block. That could be an easy trade candidate. Miguel Lopez. We have Roquan Smith. Maybe he's a trade candidate. Kirk Young. We've got Myles Garrett, which we're not going to trade away, obviously. Quentin Wilson's on the rookie deal. Or Quentin Wilson. Who the heck is Quentin Wilson? Quentin Nelson's on the rookie deal. Alex Beasley is still on his... Or no, he's on the rookie deal, I think, right? We didn't extend him, did we? Maybe we did extend him. He must have been extended because he got a 5-year deal, so he must have been extended. Gronk is still on his rookie deal. So is Earl Thomas. He's going to want a lot of money. A lot of these guys are going to want a lot of money, and it's going to be pretty difficult to bring them all back because, as you can see, we don't really have a lot of cap room. But trade candidates like Marco Creighton, Miguel Lopez, maybe even Terrell Woodward. I know we just re-signed him, but we didn't know that we were going to get the Adrian Peterson draft class. That's another thing entirely. We didn't realize we were going to get that draft class. Maybe we should have thought about that, but you can never know what the wheel is going to bless you with. We do have Dalvin Cook and we have Philip Lindsay. So if we had to trade Woodward and we ended up not getting Adrian Peterson, I still would feel confident with the running back room that we have. But Woodward's been here since day one. He was literally a rookie when we drafted it, or when we started this save. He was like the last draft before we took control of the team and moved them to Mexico City. So, or maybe he was a 1-year pro. He was young. He was into his rookie contract basically. So Terrell Woodward has literally been here since the beginning, but he might be on his way out to free up cap room to bring in other players and other draft picks. That's just the way the world works. That's the business of it all. But we're going to start by playing week number 1 on the road in Green Bay. Let's jump in and let's see if this season can end up with a Super Bowl. It all starts right here. We make the trip to Lambeau to face the Green Bay Packers, and we're jumping in on offense, and we are pinned. We are at our own 3. That's not ideal. So it looks like we're going to have to start with a handoff to Woodward. and see if the boys can get the job done. Here we go. Handoff, Woodward. He gives us a couple yards, a little bit of room. We're going to have to put it in the hands of our receivers. Put it in the hands of the stars on this team. Patrick Mahomes waiting for Gronk to get open, and Gronk does eventually get open enough to catch the football. He wasn't super open, but he had leverage. He was open enough. I was kind of thinking the wheel route on that one, but I didn't think it was super available there. Woodward gets a couple yards. He's got 2 for 6 now. And if we can just slowly grind away at this first drive, I mean, we started our own 3. Handoff, Woodward again gets a couple yards, but it looks like the Packers are going to be a solid run defense team this year, or this game. So we're going to have to change the way that we run the offense today. Might be a little bit more heavy in the passing game. And Gronkowski's already got the first 2 catches. Rob Gronkowski down to the 41. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kool-Aid Man, baby. 41-yard line, handoff to Woodward. He's going to try to get the edge. He just didn't have it. The blocking was not there fully. One of the guys broke through clean. Gutierrez was the one who broke through clean, and we just couldn't get the job done, unfortunately, on that one. I'm going to go underneath. That's going to be Cowing. I'm not even sure who Cowing is, but he's got a catch, and he's got a first down. I was thinking about going towards Xavier Worthy there, but I didn't think he was fully open. He might have been. There's really no way to know. Woodward, and he just can't break through. He just can't get what he needs to get. He's getting a couple yards of carry. This Green Bay Packer defense is pretty stout. Uh-oh. This is all kinds of bad. We had to throw it away. We avoid the sack. We stay alive, live to fight another day. I'm thinking Gronkowski here, but I don't know if he's fully open. Probably not. This is open, though, and I got hit on the throw, caught by Para. It was open. I just needed to step into the throw. I couldn't, unfortunately. I got hit as I was throwing. Thankfully, Mahomes got a strong enough arm that it gets to the receiver, and Para actually doesn't drop it. Woodward fighting. He breaks the tackle initially and then gets passed over to another guy who officially brings him down. I just can't get the run game started. Maybe in the sim, the run game will be better. Probably not. The run game tends to suffer in sim. That's got to be a good throw, and it's caught by Antonio Brown at the buzzer. The first quarter will end. Antonio Brown with a massive catch right there. Usually they drop that because of the animation, but he held on, thankfully. And we have brought this all the way to the Packer 19. This drive started at our own 3. And thankfully that bounced off the guy's face mask and not into his hands. But the Packer defense, man, their defensive line is getting some pressure. I'm not liking it. We've got a good offensive line. We need to hold on for a little bit. That's going to be Antonio Brown. Probably a waste of a down there. That's 1 yard. 1 yard we get on that reception. We got to get a first down here. Who do we go to? We go over the top. It's going to be caught. It's Elias Para to the 2. That was the first down we needed. And maybe now Woodward can get into the end zone. I don't know. It's not looking good, though. Handoff. Woodward will carry him into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Eagles. We took that from our own 3 and went all the way down to the end zone to score a touchdown. A great offensive drive. And now we face the Green Bay Packers. Can't tell who their quarterback is. I can't read the back of the jersey very well. He drops that on the catch. It's 4th and 7. They were just going to go a little check down to the running back. Did not work. And we get the turnover. But then we can't score. It's going back and forth. We got a 3rd down. We got to keep the drive alive on a 3rd and inches. And they are begging me to run this football. My God. So we will do just that. And Woodward's got it. Woodward down the field. Oh, he's at the 1. Terrell Woodward almost had it. That would have been an amazing touchdown if he would have been able to punch that in. Just couldn't finish the job. So close. And yet so far. But we're going to let him finish it now. He's in. Another touchdown. We lead by 2 scores. It's a great start to the game. This is exactly what we wanted. A 4th and 1. Are they going to sneak this? No, it's not going to be a sneak. It's going to be a handoff. I almost was ready to stop that as well, but it is a first down, unfortunately. Who is their quarterback? I got to check that next time we jump in here. Let's jump in right here. Who is their quarterback? It is Shane Haskins is the quarterback of Green Bay. I couldn't read the back of his jersey. Couldn't see what it said. A 4th and 10. Let's get some pressure. Let's get TJ Watt in there. Let's get Myles Garrett in there. Somebody. Get to the quarterback. We're not going to. Nobody's going to get to the quarterback, but that's a great defensive play. Knocking the football out. Turnover on downs. Golden Eagles take over. It's only 14-0. We are under 35 seconds. Well, we will be in a second. Now we're under 35 seconds. This game is over. What a low-scoring first game of the season. Big hit stick by Miguel Lopez. But that's going to be the game. We win 14-0. What a weird game. We scored those 2 touchdowns, but the defense just stepped up and played really well against Green Bay, and we start the season 1-0. It ain't easy being cheesy, baby. You love to see it. Mahomes didn't do much, but he didn't have to. He led that really good drive from the 3 that we scored on. He went 16 for 20, 168 yards, 80% completion, no touchdowns, no picks. Clean game. The 2 touchdowns were scored by Woodward. He had 15 for 62, but just really wasn't... I know 15 for 62 sounds good, but just really wasn't much running room. Gronkowski had 5 for 56. AB had 4 for 35. Para had 3 for 37, including a really good catch as Mahomes was getting hit. And then on defense, we had 2 sacks, Dallas Turner and TJ Watt, and no interceptions on Haskins. But we win the game anyway, 14-0. We start the season 1-0. It's a great start. Love to see it. Now we'll jump into some simulation here and see if we can get the job done. Although we get some big-time upgrades. Mahomes gets an upgrade point. We'll give it to Field General. It jumps him to a 95. He gets throw actually deep. That's good. TJ Watt gets an upgrade point. We'll keep it in Power Rusher. He's now an 88 overall. Roquan Smith gets an upgrade point. We'll give him to Field General as well. He's a true 85 now. I think he's going to just... That's why I was thinking about trading. He's got a dev trade as well. Or he's got a ability slot, so it's either Superstar or X Factor. I think it's X Factor. I would assume it's X Factor. It's Roquan Smith. But what I was saying was, Roquan Smith developing as good as he is makes it even more easy to trade Miguel Lopez. Even though Miguel Lopez has been here for a while, he's a fan favorite. I like him. But it just makes too much sense to possibly trade him when we have his replacement already ready to go, and then we can still maybe capitalize on his value and get maybe not a first round pick, but get something for him. Something decent. But we'll jump into a couple of the simulation weeks here. Simulate probably to week 5, maybe 4 or 5. Let's simulate past the Carolina Panthers, who are 0-1. Maybe we can win this one. And we do win it 38-10. Big win. At least we scored some points on that one. Myles Garrett gets an upgrade point. He's now up to a 93, or should be at least. Yeah, he is up to a 93 now. So him and TJ Watt are growing very well together. You love to see it. Ed Reed gets an upgrade point. Keep spending into him. It's going to be Earl Thomas. I mean, there's going to be questions about Earl Thomas getting traded. I think Earl Thomas was in that first draft class that we had. One of the first ones, either the first or second. But having Ed Reed, I mean, maybe we trade Earl Thomas. There's always kinds of possibilities. You always got to be thinking about that kind of stuff. I do want to see what playbooks are we running? We're running Ravens defense, Rams offense. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were running what playbooks we're running so I knew how we were simulating. That's a decent combination of playbooks. Is it going to help us win these games? We do beat the Colts. We're putting up consistent numbers right now on offense. 38 points the back-to-back weeks. 38 points. AB gets an upgrade point. He is now a true 99, or he will be a true 99 when we upgrade his playmaker. And we got to change his superstar ability. It should not be what it is. It's max security. AB does not need max security. AB needs either yak him up or double me, maybe ankle breaker. Let's give him yak him up. Energizer. Energizer's fine, but I'm going to give him matchup nightmare. Reach for it. Probably give him short elite. Doesn't need honorary lineman. He needs acrobat. And spin cycle, he probably needs mid elite. Short elite and mid elite, I think will be good because that's kind of what I throw with Antonio Brown. So we'll give him those abilities. Hopefully that works for him. We'll upgrade the rest of those guys. And we will simulate this Titans game. I don't really want to. get to Madden 27 when we have to get that new Titans logo. I'm just not a fan of it. We scored 28 points. We almost lost the Titans, 28-25. I don't know how I don't like the reload or the redesign of the logo. It looks too much like the Oilers, and it just I don't. They got rid of the trail, the fire trail thing that comes off the back of the logo. I don't like it. It just looks too bland for me. I'm not a big fan of it. Maybe it'll grow on me as time goes, but as of right now, I'm not a fan. An ability slot for Dalvin Cook. Although we kind of knew that, right? Because he's a superstar dev. It's not hidden. We kind of knew that already. But Quentin Nelson also has an ability slot, so he's at least superstar. Probably X Factor, knowing Quentin Nelson. All right, so we get to Seattle. This is a 3-1 team. We're probably going to jump into this one. We're 4-0. They're 3-1. On the road, Lumen Field. What they used to call this? What they used to call this field? Oh, it's blank. I'm blanking on it right now. I can't think of what they used to call the field, what the sponsor used to be. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's Lumen Field now. It's probably gonna be raining, knowing Seattle. So hopefully that doesn't affect us. If it's not raining, that'll be good. But we just need to keep this win streak going, stay undefeated, and just play our brand of ball, and we'll win. We're taking on Seattle. Thankfully, it is not raining. So we have a nice day. It's overcast, a little cloudy, but it's not raining, and Patrick Mahomes can go to work. Now, obviously, anytime I play Seattle, they're going to be wearing these uniforms because these are just objectively better than what they have currently. Even though I do like the uniforms they wear, like as their primaries, those are fine. But these are just objectively better. There's really no argument. These are just better. So anytime I get a chance to play the Seattle Seahawks, they wear these. Anytime I play the Patriots, they wear their Tom Brady era uniforms because those are just obviously better. I just don't like the stripes. I've talked about it plenty of times. The red striping on the jersey, on the shoulders, I don't like it. Doesn't look good to me. And they've had them for like 5 years now, 6 years. I just don't like them. Maybe I would have liked them if they would have won the Super Bowl. Would have made me like them a little bit more, but they didn't. I like the creamsicle uniforms, but I don't make the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wear them all the time when I play them. Because I do like their normal uniforms, the pewter, I think is what they call that version of gray. I like those ones. Ooh, is that a catch? It is. Elias Parra gets the first down. I wanted to throw that quickly because I wasn't sure if Parra was going to get covered when he got closer to the sideline, so I had to make sure that he got that quick. Hand off to Woodward, and he's going to get hit hard, but he's going to be able to deliver decent amount of yards. 13 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown. That is the problem running the Rams playbook. They do prioritize throwing the football a little bit more than running the football, even though the Rams have decent running backs. That Matt Stafford playbook just goes crazy for throwing the ball. I don't know who Cowan's it. Who the heck is this dude? How is he getting so much playtime? I don't know who Cowan is. He's got to be one of our lower tier receivers, but whoever he is, he's getting a lot of playtime. That's a pass interference call. I finally baited one. I haven't baited one in a while. The Colts are 0-5, by the way. I just saw that in the bottom ticker. Joey Peters is the guilty party, and they give us a fresh set of downs. I was going to go for it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It just gives us a first down. It allows me to not have to go for it, at least. And Woodward will break that initial tackle, get brought down at the 33. Let's try to hit a big play here. I'm going to go play action cross. I'm looking at Parra or Antonio Brown. I could check down to Brock Bowers because he's probably going to be open. But I'm looking at Parra. Parra is going to eventually get open. Parra at the sideline drags the 2 feet. Gets it in. Stick it in, homie. And he delivers a big catch. They're going to challenge it? Really? You don't think he dragged the toes? You don't think he got the tippy toes? He clearly got the tippy toes in. I mean, that was pretty obvious. We'll take a look ourselves. He did a little toe drag swag. Parra gets 1 down. He gets 2 down clearly. He has possession. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. What were they thinking, Seattle? Wasting a timeout like that? Wasting a challenge? Pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. And now we have it at the 12-yard line. Can Woodward punch this in? There's a world where this goes in. Oh my God. We live in that world. Terrell Woodward broke the tackle and scores the touchdown. Can we really trade this guy? Can we really trade a guy who's doing stuff like that? I mean, he got hit head on by that edge rusher who broke the block immediately, got in the backfield, and he broke it, and then scores the touchdown. Has the speed to get away. Speaking of the speed to get away, decent play by Patrick Mahomes there, and they are gonna let me go for this on 4th down. I was always gonna go for it. Ooh, we've reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes. 7-0. I don't know why when I jump in the score is always so low, but when the CPU, I mean, we're scoring 30 points a game. Let's hit the throw. It's Elias Parr. He's just always open on that route. It's hard not to hit him. Hard not to hit him on that route. He takes it to the 14-yard line. Great run after the catch. Little rack action. Little raction. Let's try again to Parr. We're going to hot route him for a corner route. And it could be a little electric. Oh, Parra, he's got it. He's got it. Money ball. No! That was such a decent route. Oh, I can't believe the corner made a play on that. That's tough. That right there in the business, that's what we call tough. We're going to hit Xavier Worthy. He scores the touchdown. Speed kills. Literally. Ask some of the Chiefs wide receivers. Including Xavier Worthy, right? Was he not a part of that? Or did he punch his girlfriend? Something happened. I don't remember. He did something. I think it was the driving one, though. I don't think he's one that punched his girlfriend. He might have. I mean, maybe. Possibly, I guess. He could have. But I think he was the speed demon. One of the many. Another 3rd and 6 from the 21. Can we get a first down here? No, we can. Oh, we can, maybe. Oh, it looked like Woodward's going to be able to get another amazing broken tackle, big play. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it. You know what? I'll take the field goal. I was going to go for it, but why does my kicker have... What is he got? He's got tape? He's got elbow tape. Who is my kicker? And why does he have the swag? He's got the drip. Why would you ever need elbow tape as a kicker? What is going on? Who is this guy? Who do I have on my team? I gotta see who that is. We finally allow points. 17-3. Who is my kicker? And why does he have all the drip? Kicker, where are you? Kicker. It's Matt Bryant or Daniel Carlson. Either one. One of them has long hair. I don't know why one of them has long hair. This is the player model, I guess. One of these two, I'm assuming it's Matt Bryant because he's the starter. Matt Bryant has long hair, which is obviously not true. He's bald. And he has all the drip in the world. I'll take it, man. Sometimes the kicker's got to show a little personality. The kicker's got to show a little bit of his personality. A little bit of elbow tape. Woodward breaks that tackle, falls to the 2. He's got 12 for 98. And a touchdown. And we might be able to give him a second touchdown if we call it to him again. Let's call his number one more time, Terrell. You're running behind Brock Bowers. Just get in there. Do your job, Brock. He did. And Woodward scores. Yeah, this one's over. We're going to win this one. We're in the 4th quarter. It's 24-3. I think we've done what we needed to do. We are going to win this game pretty convincingly. Oh, they're going to go for it all. In the end zone, knocked away by Goodwell. I mean, we're paying you a lot. You got to be able to do stuff like that. And that one is it. 24-3. We beat Seattle. We stay undefeated. I mean, we made it seem like that was an easy game. Seattle was a good team. They had one loss before that. I know it's early season, but they were still a decent team, and we beat them down pretty easily. 18 for 24, 199 yards. A touchdown for Mahomes. 136 yards. 2 touchdowns as well. Jeez, Woodward. Going crazy. 7 for 73 for AB. Xavier Worthy had the touchdown catch. Parr had 5 for 67. Sack numbers, we had 1.5 for Creighton, 1 for Freeney, a half for Dallas Turner, a half for Earl Thomas, and a half for Myles Garrett. But again, no interceptions, because I never get interceptions. Do I ever get interceptions? No, not really. But we win again. We stay undefeated. You love to see it. And now we got some upgrade points. Rob Gronkowski is going to be going up to a 98 overall with morale boost. We probably shouldn't upgrade his blocking I kind of messed that up. I didn't realize that blocking was his #1 highest overall, but you know what? If he's a good blocker, that helps. Cam Chancellor gets an upgrade point. Sam Shields gets an upgrade point. Always nice. I did mention we need another corner. It's nice to see Shields grow up in development. And then we have Derwin James, Braylon Trice, and Tarheeb still that we can upgrade right there. And we will simulate a couple more games into the season. See if this undefeated year can continue. I'd love a perfect season. A 17-0 season would go crazy. Here we go. We got the Rams. The L.A. Rams. Yeah. And we will beat them 34-31. Some of these games are pretty close. We had that Titans game that was like 28-25. And now this game, this Rams game, we simulate pretty close. But we're coming out on top, so I guess that's all that matters, really. Now we take on the bad 49ers here in Week 7. We will beat them by a single point. Man, we are scraping by some of these sim games, but at least we're winning. At least we're winning. Another upgrade point to what's-his-face. We are 7-0, taking on the 5-1 Texans. That's going to be a decent game, but we got the national focus. Offensive tackle, defensive tackle. I'm going to focus defensive tackle because we need that a little bit more than we do offensive tackle. So we're going to focus on that. And we are going to jump in? Yeah, let's jump in. Let's play the Texans game. They're 5-1. We're 7-0. We go on the road to Energy Stadium. This could be a win. I'd like to believe. All right, we start with the ball right here. Getting it on the road in Houston. Let's get a feel for how this Texans team is going to play. Are they going to be a good run defend team? No, they're not. At least not in the first carry. Woodward goes crazy. First play of the game. That's a great start. That is a fantasticular start. I kind of want to hit Xavier Worthy here, but I doubt that he's open. Oh, he actually is a kind of... Oh, the ball's trailing. No, intercepted. I hate myself. I want to die. Oh, that ball, it tricked me. It was one of the McCourty brothers. I don't know if it was Jason or Devin. One of the McCourty brothers. They tricked me. They made me think that was open. How dare you? How dare you make me feel it was open? It almost looks like they have Latavius Murray as their running back. I can't tell for sure. But they have a bad quarterback because he's taking a sack. Myles Garrett squishes him. Gail Goodrich is their quarterback, apparently. Myles Garrett with the sack. He's got up pretty slow, too. All right, so we deny Texans any points. I can't believe I threw that pick. That's so frustrating. I don't know how many picks Mahomes has thrown. That's the first one I've thrown in when I jumped in. They made me think that was so open. Why'd they do that? They baited me. I'm the masturbator. You're not supposed to be the masturbator. They're still playing the interception thing like I just threw it. Hey, Texans video department, that's over. Get over it. You don't have to keep dragging it out. It happened. We move on. Stop playing the interception thing. I get it. First down, Dalvin Cook. I wonder if we just go with Dalvin Cook. I mean, we have him on the team for a reason. Do we pass up on the potential Adrian Peterson of it all to just ride it out with Dalvin? I mean, I'm thinking Adrian Peterson, but I mean, Marshawn Lynch is in the class as well. So is Shady McCoy. There's a ton of options. Do not pick that. You're joking. You're not telling the truth. This is a comedy club, and that was a joke, right? That's a joke right now. Geno Atkins. Geno Atkins is diving for that football and catching it. I'm gonna jump out of a 5-story building. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. All right, we're not passing the football anymore. I've thrown 2 interceptions in this game. I am completely in shambles right now. I'm in the blender. I don't know how to get out of it. You know how to get out of it? You throw more passes. That's how you do it. We're going to defy my own words. We're going to throw more passes. To get out of a slump, you get into the slump even harder. It's Elias Parra touchdown. We just slumped, busted right there. 14-0, 21-0. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 7. 4th and goal from the 7-yard line. Goodrich, what does he have? He's got a touchdown is what he has. Wide open, too. Wide open by like 7 yards. And they're going to go for the onside kick. They're not going to get it. We have a third down that we will get because we're good at this whole football thing. We're going to go Antonio Brown. He's going to not get the first down. I think I threw it too early. Maybe we're not good at this whole football thing. I think I threw it slightly early there. Although they want me to go for it, I was going to go for it anyway. You don't have to tell me to go for it. I was going to go for it. And I'm thinking Gronkowski here. He's not open. I don't have enough time to get it to him. It's a sack. I'm going to jump out of a 9-story building now. I've raised it. No longer is it a 5-story. I'm going to jump out of a 9-story building. Good Lord. This has been a frustrating game. At least we're winning it, but I've just played so poorly jumping in. That can't be caught. Thank you. Good deflection. And that should be the win, and it is. We stay undefeated. It was ugly. I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes, for ruining your stats on that one, but at least we win. Mahomes went 14 for 20, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. I didn't throw a pick that whole game. Nope, you don't. That says 0 right there. There's no 2. It's 0. 127 yards for Terrell Woodard with a touchdown as well. 95 yards for Parra with the 2 touchdown catches. And then defensively, 4.5 sacks. What? I mean, we got one of those, but he got 3.5 in sim. 2.5 for Dallas Turner, 1.5 for TJ Watt, and then 1 for Marco Creighton, a half for Mekhi Wingo. We obliterated the quarterback. We were living in the back. 4.5 sacks for Myles Garrett. That's crazy. I haven't seen that many in a quick managed sim game in a long time. Maybe ever. That's kind of insane, actually. We were living in the backfield. That's kind of cool. And we stay undefeated. We get some upgrade points. TJ Watt gets another upgrade point. He continues to fly through the upgrades. He's going to be a 99 before we know it. Max Melton, Chidobe Awuzie, and Eddie Yarborough all get upgrades as well. And we will move on to week number 9 and take on the Niners again. This will be another sim game. We got some storylines, but we don't care about those. Let's sim. The Niners are 2. It was at 2-6, I'd say 2-8, something like that. And we finally lose. Why does Madden do this to me? Why? They were a 2-win football team. They had no business beating us. Don't give me this any given Sunday crap. They had no business beating us. Why does the Madden sim suck so bad? Oh, God, I hate this game so much, dude. I really do. I really do. Honestly, truly, with all of my heart, I hate this game. And I hate this company. Seattle is the 16 seed or 16 pick right now. Kansas City, I knew they weren't going to be as bad as they were projected. They're the 23 pick, and then we have our own pick, which is 32 right now. So it looks like we're not going to be very good with draft capital this year. Mahomes is having a great season. Woodward leading the league, and Parra's right up there as well. He must be in the slot. Another game against Seattle. We just played them, so we'll simulate this one. I can't believe we lost that Niners game, man. We do get back on track. We win against the Seahawks, so we sweep them. Mahomes gets an upgrade point. We will give him Field General again. He's going to be a 99 before soon as well. Before soon? Does that make sense? Before long? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. He's going to be a 99. Let's advance past the bye week. Really, I'm just waiting to get to the draft. Or not the draft. The week 13 scouting. That's where I want to get to because I want to scout some boys. Ravens, we will skip this game. We'll jump into that Lions game as well. Jump into that Detroit Lions game. We win 44-20. My God, how do we lose to the 2-win Niners? The Lions are a 1-win football team. I'm going to jump into this one because I don't want the sim to screw me. For some reason, they love to give teams who have like 1 or 2 wins, they love to give them wins against teams like me who are really, really good. So the 2007 draft, we've had this draft a bunch of times on the channel before with different rebuilds and stuff, so we're pretty familiar with this draft class at this point. We know the good players that are here. Who do we want to scout? What do we need? We don't need middle linebacker, even though getting Patrick Willis would be phenomenal. We could use another wide receiver, but we're leaning towards Calvin Johnson, obviously. I'm not even going to scout him. There's no reason to. We know he's going to be amazing. We don't necessarily need Joe Thomas, but the last time we had the 2007 draft class in one of those rebuilds, Joe Thomas slipped to the second round. So I don't think that's going to happen again, but if he does, we'll be there to scoop him up. Adrian Peterson, I'm kind of thinking we go for, but I don't know what I want to do with Woodward. I like Woodward a lot. And he's been one of the guys since the beginning, so I don't know if I want to get rid of him. Maybe we just let Peterson go to somebody else, even though Adrian Peterson's a freak. LaRon Landry, we don't really need a safety anymore. Corner, I could always use corner, and I love Darrelle Revis. He's one of my favorite players from the 2010s. Love Darrelle Revis. Lawrence Timmons, we don't need. I probably wouldn't go Dwayne Bowe. I mean, we could use another guard. Ben Grubbs could be cool. We don't need tight end. We have plenty of them. Anthony Gonzalez is awesome. Eric Weddle, we don't need. Sidney Rice would be fun. Pierre Thomas, Troy Smith, love Troy Smith. Jacoby Jones, Michael Griffin, the other Steve Smith. I like that's his legacy. He's the other Steve Smith. I will scout Marshall Yanda because we always can use interior offensive linemen, just like I mentioned with Ben Grubbs. I probably should scout Ben Grubbs as well. I probably should, shouldn't I? I should either scout him or I should scout Ryan Khalil. Because I think our center is up for a new contract, so we might need to replace him with another center. And you know what? Let's scout Ryan Khalil as well. We can always come back and get Ben Grubbs at the final scouting before the draft. So Darrelle Revis, Marshall Yanda, and Ryan Khalil will be our scouting. And we should probably take a look at negotiations as well because we haven't really done that. So it's Earl Thomas, it's Rob Gronkowski, it's Cam Chancellor, it's Ed Reed, it's Marco Creighton, Dakota Foster. We can let Dakota Foster go finally. Howie Patterson. Oh my God. It's so many people. And they're all so expensive. They're all so expensive. We can set the option on these two guys, but how do we manage to get these guys back is the question. We need Cam Chancellor back. Do we trade Ed Reed because we have Earl Thomas? But Ed Reed is much cheaper. So maybe we trade Earl Thomas because Ed Reed is much cheaper. He's a lower overall by a lot. But he's an X factor. He could get up there. I know he's 27, but so we need to get Cam Chancellor back. We need to get Ed Reed back. We probably need to get Gronk back. Earl Thomas is a trade candidate. I hate to say it, but Earl Thomas is definitely a trade candidate for sure. Marco Creighton also a trade candidate, even though I was talking about how defensive tackle is probably our biggest need at the beginning of the video. It would be weird to trade him, but I do think that, I mean, we're not going to have any money. So trading him and getting possible draft picks back is definitely the move. I wonder if anybody would want Dakota Foster for a draft pick. Probably. Howie Patterson's probably a trade candidate as well. I mean, we're looking to draft offensive linemen in the draft this year anyway. Jeremy Creighton, same deal, even though he is kind of cheap. Maybe if we have money, we can bring him back. Dwight Freeney, we unfortunately he didn't get star dev, and we upgraded immediately with Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. So feels bad for Dwight Freeney, but it's just kind of the way that we drafted. Nick Presley at punter. I mean, that's a lot of money for a punter. We'll see what we have left over. So I think my game plan is to re-sign Rob Gronkowski, re-sign Cam Chancellor, re-sign Ed Reed, trade Earl Thomas, Marco Creighton, Dakota Foster, if anybody wants him. Might have to throw him in a package. Trade Howie Patterson, trade Jeremy Creighton. Possibly. Maybe if we have money, bring back Jeremy Creighton. I think that's my game plan. We have the depth. We'll see if that actually ends up working out the way that we wanted to. Let's jump into this Detroit Lions game. They're 1-10. I will not let the CPU screw me on this one. We are going to beat a bad team. We start with the football against the Detroit Lions at home. I think it's the first time we jumped into the season at home. All the other games are on the road. So it's nice to be back here in front of the friendly confines of Mexico City, in front of the friendly home fans. And we will have ourselves a nice little carry, 159 yards and 2 touchdowns for Woodward last week. Another phenomenal performance for him. I think we should just keep him. I know it sounds crazy to even think about trading him because we just gave him all that money to come back. But that was before we knew Adrian Peterson was going to be in the draft class. But I think it's the smart move to keep Woodward around. Then we could use those draft picks on other positions because we don't need running back. We have Woodward. We have Dalvin Cook. Getting Adrian Peterson is just greedy at that point. That's the greed they talk about in the Bible. I don't think getting Adrian Peterson is the move. We can use those other draft picks. We have 3 first-round picks. We can use those draft picks on other positions that we could use in the future a little bit more efficiently. As Elias Parr is going to have an amazing catch right here. But we could use defensive tackle. We could use offensive line. We're going to lose a lot of offensive linemen, at least interior, this offseason with not re-signing those guys and trading them. So there's other positions that we need more in the current time than we do running back. So unfortunately, as much as it would be awesome to get Adrian Peterson, and the haul that we could get back for Terrell Woodward would probably be really awesome, we're going to keep him. Most likely. That's where I'm leaning right now. Maybe I changed my mind, but I'm currently, and I don't think I'm going to change my mind, but right now I'm heavily in favor of keeping Terrell Woodward. And it also helps a lot that he was one of the original members of the team. From that very first episode when we first took over as the owner / coach of the Arizona Cardinals, we relocated them to Mexico City. We made them the Golden Eagles. He was on that team, so it also has that connection. I need to kick this field goal just to see Matt Bryant. It is Matt Bryant. Why does Matt Bryant have long hair? Who made this player model? Matt Bryant is the exact opposite of having long hair. But you know what? We can say that this is young Matt Bryant back in his younger days when he actually had hair. He had a full head of hair. That's kind of funny. They got Leonard Fournette in the backfield. Okay. Leonard Fournette is their running back. That is going to be, oh, why? See, this is what happens. I can't get interceptions. I don't know what it is. I did that as best as I could. That was one of the better jumped interception timing things that I've had in a while. And I just can't get interceptions. I don't know what it is. The game hates me. It can feel my hatred towards it. And so it delivers the hatred back. Because how is that not a pick? I mean, it was Goodwill. Goodwill's one of our highest, I think he's our actual highest overall corner. How does he not catch that football? Somebody tell me. I timed that up beautifully. How is that not an interception? The only way it's not is because this game sucks and it hates me. Leonard Fournette, I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? How is that a touchdown? All right, this game's getting out of control here. We cannot lose to the 1-win Lions. I jumped in for a reason. I jumped in to win this game and make sure I didn't get screwed by the sim. And I will not do that. I will not get screwed. I missed the sack there. Why? I can't get a pick, man. I can't. It just won't let me do it. Come on, man. Let me get a pick. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm asking for an INT, an interception, a takeaway of the passing variety. That's a quick throw. That's Elias Parra. He's probably going to go over 1,000 yards, I would assume, pretty easily, pretty comfortably. He's in the slot, which gets him a lot of usage in sim. I should probably put Antonio Brown in the slot, actually. He gets a decent couple of yards there, and we'll go with a little crossers play. I have a feeling this crossers play could be pretty useful because it's going to get Xavier Worthy wide open. He gets the first down. Takes a big hit from Cordova, but does end up catching it and holding on. What else do we got here? I kind of like Gronkowski. I need to change his X Factor. He's also got max security. He doesn't need max security. He needs double me, I would assume. That's a big catch from Woodward. I can't believe that I've never changed Woodward's X Factor. It's always been Truz. But you know what? Truz is kind of useful. Not having fumbles, not having to worry about him fumbling when it's activated in those big pressure situations. It's kind of nice. We call our first timeout. 27 seconds. 27 seconds remain. We're going to go underneath. That's Xavier Worthy. He's going to break the tackle and get a couple extra yards. I'm going to call hurry up here so I don't use that timeout just yet. I'm going to call a smash return. Probably not a good idea to completely change the formation while the clock's running, but I did it. And I'm kind of leaning towards Elias Parra here because he's going to get into the end zone. Elias Parra, touchdown. He's really having a bounce-back season. I've been yelling at him for a while because he's been dropping a lot of passes the past couple years. But this has been a good season for him. And he scores the touchdown right at the end of the half. Give us the lead back. And hopefully we can continue to dominate. 17-7, nice. Late fourth quarter action here. They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. They're going for it on 4th and 2. Will they get it? They will get it. I mean, I swung the hand in there trying to knock it out of his hands, but he's got a strong grip. We will win, though. 17-7. Thank God that the sim didn't kill me on that one. Pat Beasley was the quarterback of the Lions. So Mahomes, 15 for 23, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. 11 for 55 for Woodward, no touchdowns. But 5 for 92 with 2 touchdowns for Parra. There's a chance Parra wins Offensive Player of the Year. We had a total of 1 sack, a half a sack for Miguel Lopez and Roquan Smith, and we did get the pick. We got 2 picks, actually. Miguel Lopez and Ben Goodwill both got interceptions in this game, neither of them that I caught. I tried. I really did try, but neither of them were by me. At least we got some picks finally in Sim. It's about time. We get an upgrade point to Brock Bowers and to Mark Andrews. Nice to see that. And we will continue to simulate deeper and deeper into this season. We are getting close. We'll probably have one more jump in the regular season here. We got another game against the Rams. They're 5-7. Not off to a great start. And they will lose 20-17 to us. Week 15 against Chicago. I can't believe that the 49ers ruined our perfect season. Am I ever going to have a perfect season in Sim? I don't think so. Probably not. We beat the Bears. We probably have clinched, right? Yeah, we have the clinch in the division, 13-1, but we have yet to clinch the number 1 seed because the Bucs are 12-2. So they are right on our tails. We got to keep winning games to make sure that we keep this 1 seed. Woodward is now a true 99, and Mahomes up to a 96. You love to see it. Taking on the Jaguars, they're 10-4. They shouldn't be a problem for us, but I didn't think the Niners were going to be a problem for us. And we do win, which means we are still... The Bucs won as well. These last 2 games of the season, man. Last 2 games of the season, I don't know what's going to happen. Minnesota. Minnesota! What's it going to be? It is a win, but it's not the division. Week 18 will decide not the division, that's not what I meant, the conference. Woodward is leading rushing. Goodwill has 4 picks. Mahomes is right behind Haskins in the yards numbers, but he's got a lot more touchdowns. And then Parra is right behind Wilson for receiving yards. He's got 23 touchdowns. Oh my God. The slot receiver goes crazy in the Rams playbook. That must be what Puka plays. We're 15-1. We have a chance for a 16-1 regular season. We will jump into this final game here against the Commanders to secure ourselves the number 1 seed. Because if we win this, it's guaranteed. If we lose, it's up in the air. We take on the Washington Commanders today. Final game of the regular season. A chance for a 16-1 regular season and a number 1 seed. We start on defense, though, which is rare. Usually we have the football and offense. I did notice, or I did see on Twitter, that the Commanders did their jerseys again. They redid their jerseys, and they're going to a more, I don't want to say retro. They're going to a look like this, where when they used to be, before they changed the Commanders, they had the jerseys that were perfect. These jerseys, they should have never gone away from these jerseys in the first place, but they're going with a look similar to this, closer to what they used to wear before they changed the Commanders. So it's nice. I like these jerseys a lot. I think these were always better than what they had as the Commanders. They should have never changed them. And now that they're going back, that makes me happy. So good to see that. Maybe that means I might do a Washington Commanders series in Madden 27. Who knows? That's possible. That is definitely possible, just for the jerseys alone. It also makes sense because how the Commanders had a poor season after making to the NFC Championship the year prior. They had a pretty down year. Now, they did have some injuries. Jaden Daniels was injured and stuff, so that doesn't help. That is a nice hit right there. Good job, boys. Good job. Shutting them down at the 2. Let's get a little bit of heat going. Let's bring a blitz. Miguel Lopez, Dallas Turner. Get to the quarterback, or get to the backfield, I guess. Oh, never mind. It's Myles Garrett. He'll do it for you. Channing Ward goes down. Third and goal. Can we have a goal line stand here? Do we smell a goal line stand? Are we sniffing? Are we sniffing a goal line stand? Oh, yes we are. Only because the tight end or the receiver, whoever that is, ran himself out of bounds. Thank you for that. I mean, the throw didn't help him, obviously. Oh, they have George Kittle. I just noticed that when I was doing that little thing right there. The Commanders have George Kittle. So they go up 3-0 on us, but that's a lot better than going up 7-0 on us. And now a 3rd and 10 situation. Let's get that to Gronkowski. Throw me a block, and Rob will fall for the first. Good job, Rob. And we score the touchdown, 7-3. We have a chance to score another one here. We are at the 8-yard line. I don't really like running this outside here because I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. But it's my only chance. I believe. I believe in the shield. Terrell Woodward, the vision. I mean, he's got 20/20 vision, man. Fantastic. 14-3, we take the lead. And now we got a weak flood that we're going to try to hit here. From midfield. Can we get this first down? If we go top here to Para, he drops it. Elias, I was just complimenting you, man. I was saying how you hadn't dropped passes for this season. You were having a bounce back year, and then you go and you do that BS. Unbelievable, Elias. Unbelievable. I might trade you. I might trade you because of that. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook. Great play. Tyler Newman on the tackle. I don't really want to play action pass here. I'd rather have a smash hammer. That's what they called me in high school. The smash hammer. I'm going to scramble with Mahomes here. That was a bad idea. I got the first down, but that was not a good idea to scramble there. Miss Juice has been glitched out again. She needs somebody get her a snack. Somebody get her a sandwich. She's evaporating as we speak. Terrell Woodward for the first down. Do we believe? We believe in Joe Hendry. Touchdown, Terrell Woodward. That should put this game on ice. 21-3. I don't see how the Commanders can fight for it, and they can't. That is a win. We can see right through Mrs. Juice because she's so excited. She's bursting with glee. A 16-1 regular season. Mahomes has 184 yards, a touchdown through the air. Woodward had 2 touchdowns on the ground, 32 yards. 4 for 44 for Antonio Brown. Parra had the touchdown catch. And then a half a sack for Myles Garrett. 1 full sack for TJ Watt. And then Alex Beasley shared the half with Myles Garrett. No interceptions, not a shock. But another win and a 16-win regular season and securing the number 1 seed, number 1 spot in the playoffs is sick. We get the bye week. You love to see it. Huge W's. Huge W's in chat because we are the best team in football. So let's advance to the playoffs. We'll take a look at stats in a second. We'll see what we got going on. Let's move on over. Move on over. All right, so we play the Falcons in the NFC divisional round. Rightio. Let's upgrade those guys, and then let's take a look at some stats. So the stats on the season: Patrick Mahomes, 4,200 yards, 43 touchdowns, 8 picks, 70% completion. I wonder if that's going to be MVP numbers. I doubt it, but you never know. Maybe they'll give it to him. I'd love it. 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns from Terrell Woodward. Yeah, we'd probably get that similar production from Adrian Peterson or even Dalvin Cook, but I don't know if I can give up on Terrell Woodward. I love him so much. I don't think so. Elias Parra had 1,400 yards and 24 touchdowns. I wonder if that's the record. I don't know if anybody's broken it by now. But Elias Parra could be a trade candidate very easily. Antonio Brown, almost 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. 800 yards for Xavier Worthy. Gronkowski had 600 yards, 7 touchdowns. Defensively, we had 111 tackles for Miguel Lopez, another trade candidate. 86 tackles for Ed Reed. 84 for Sam Shields. 82 for Earl Thomas. Tackle for loss leader, 17 for TJ Watt. 15 for Garrett. 11 for Creighton. And then sack leader was Garrett with 14. Not surprised there. 11.5 for TJ Watt. Turner had 11. Good season from Dallas Turner. And then 3.5 from Creighton. Freeney had 2.5. Interception leader Ben Goodwill had 4. Should have had 5, but he had 4. 2 for Lopez, 1 for Beasley, James, Shields, Chancellor, yada yada, and more yada. Okay, let's take a look at the record book real quick, because is that the record? No. Where's it at? No, it's not. Because Cody in 2035, M. Cody for the Broncos, had 26. So, unfortunately, we do not set the record with Elias Parra. But sometimes that happens. So let's get into this divisional round playoff game against the Atlanta Falcons. We have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. This should be a trip to the Super Bowl. Let's go do that. All right, here we go against the Atlanta Falcons in the playoffs, the divisional round of the NFC playoffs. We are trying to move on to the NFC Championship. I think we can do it. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. Antonio Brown also believes that we will win. He scores the first touchdown of the game. And we also get another touchdown, 14-0. Our defense has just been electric all season. They've been dominant. A third down alert. Late third quarter action. Dalvin Cook in the game. A turnover for Atlanta. That's not helpful for them. Hand off to Dalvin. The blocking just didn't line up the way that it needed to. That guy was wide open to tackle me. So that's unfortunate. Atlanta gets a touchdown. So they've made it closer, 14-7. But that just makes me want to score another touchdown right here. Put this one out of reach. We're going to go Gronkowski. I was hoping that AB would throw that block there. If he did, we probably had a touchdown. But he didn't. So we get a first down nonetheless from the 9. Hand off to Woodward. I really wish he would have thrown a block. I feel like you didn't even try. That makes me feel like you didn't even try to throw a block there. Hand off Woodward. He gets a little bit better blocking, takes a nasty shot. Timeout called by... He's still the head coach? Raheem Morris is still the head coach of Atlanta? We are like 20 years in the future. 21 years in the future. Whatever we are. That's kind of insane. Usually they fire him after like 2 seasons. A 4th and goal from the 2 is a risky move, but I'm going to go for it anyway. And I'm going to hit my man for an interception. It's a pick 6. Maybe not. Woodward save it. Okay. I should have hit Gronkowski there. I didn't realize that Gronk was going to be as open as he was. We didn't end up allowing Falcons 70 points. We still move on. 14-7. The defense has been unreal this season. Absolutely unreal. They've been so good. Mahomes, 18 for 23, 165 yards, touchdown and a pick. 64 yards for Woodward, a touchdown on the ground for Parra. Sick. Weird, but also sick. AB, we saw the touchdown catch that he had. And then sack leader was Grover Stewart with 1. TJ Watt had 1. And then we had 2 picks. Miguel Lopez and Earl Thomas. Both had picks. Sick. Disgusting. Delicious. We win the game. We move to the NFC Championship. As God intended. Who are we going to play? That's another question. Let's find out. Who is our opponent going to be in the NFC Championship? It is going to be, of course, it had to be the other team that had a phenomenal season, Tampa Bay at 15-2, will come to Mexico City to play the 16-1 Golden Eagles. I mean, this is the best championship game you could have asked for. This is what people want. If you're a neutral fan, this is what you want to see. I'm hoping, we're not a neutral fan, I'm hoping that we win. Okay, we got a big NFC Championship against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. And we're looking to beat them to go to the Super Bowl. It's our destiny. It is our destiny to play in the Super Bowl. It's our destiny to win the Super Bowl. Xavier Worthy gets the first down right there. We move down the field to the 9. And they want to give Terrell Woodward the football here, and I don't hate it. I actually agree with it a lot. Woodward has it. Woodward to the 5. Not as good of a run as I was hoping for, but hey, he got a yard. Got a couple yards. I'm thinking Parra for a touchdown here. That's just kind of the way that it's going to line up. I'm going to roll, and I'm going to fire it to Parra. Oh, we got it. Touchdown, Parra. We take the lead early. And look at the boys. Look at the boys driving. The boys are going on a drive. It's 2nd and 3, late second quarter. We're going to try to stretch this to Woodward. Every time I go stretch, it doesn't really work. But this time, it's going to work enough. First down and more to the 8. I'll take that. That worked enough. Final play before the 2-minute warning. Possibly if I snap this quick enough. And we'll get it off. I'm going to hit Brock Bowers, and Brock Bowers has got a touchdown. Good job from the young buck. He's got it, and we lead 14-0. A 4th and inches play. Interesting. I wonder if this is going to be a QB sneak. It very well could be. No, it's not. But we're right there. No, we not. What? What? Were we not right there? I thought we were right there to blow that up. We must have got sucked into a block animation. I'm not sure. We always get sucked. Always get sucked. 3rd and 1. Tampa scored. Hand off to Woodward. Oh, easy money. Easy money for Terrell. He scores the tutty. We go up by 2 scores again into the 4th quarter. Tampa trying to score. Will they do it? Probably. Probably. Is it Jaden Daniels? It might be. Oh, that's a great throw. He's in. He stretched it. He stretched the ball. That was a great play. He stretched the ball across because he knew he was going to get shut down. And we win. I didn't know I was going to end the game. 21-14. We will go back to the Super Bowl. Yes. Back to the Super Bowl. Oh, and a chance to win our 2nd. It was Jaden Daniels who was in Tampa. Patrick Mahomes, 18 for 23, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. Great day for him. 13 for 84 and a touchdown for Woodward. 5 for 44 and a touchdown for Para. Bowers, we saw, had the touchdown. We threw that touchdown. No sacks in the game and no picks in the game. Wow. Okay. Interesting. We just kind of had to grind it out. It wasn't a dominant defensive game. Tampa was right there the whole time. We just happened to be the better team, which I'm not surprised by. And now we will play in the Super Bowl. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're finally back in the bowl. We're back, baby. We can make it and win a 2nd one. We've got one. We won that in year number 2. And it's taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. In another life, Patrick Mahomes was a Kansas City Chief. But in this life, he only has one allegiance. And that is to Mexico City and the Golden Eagles. Will he be able to get us a Super Bowl? I believe. Let's go and prove that by winning our 2nd Super Bowl in franchise history. It is Super Bowl time. The Golden Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and we got to start from the 5. They pinned us at our own 5. That's, oh, God, I hate that sun right there. That is disgusting. Oh, mama. But what's not disgusting is Terrell Woodward to the house from the 5 to the 5. Terrell Woodward with a Super Bowl touchdown. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. That is about as good as it ever gets. Terrell Woodward. I mean, the lane was unbelievable. I could have ran through a hole that big. Terrell Woodward scores the tutty. That's how you kick off a Super Bowl. That was one play. That was the first play that we jumped into. That was insane. I got to see that again. That was an insanely awesome play. I mean, look at that sun. That's a horrible sun, by the way. Here, is this Jerry's World? I think it's Jerry's World. Terrible sun. But it didn't matter to Woodward because he's got the shades. Look at that hole. I mean, it's just wide open. They had nobody back there in the 2nd level to prepare for a run. They probably weren't expecting one. I don't know why they wouldn't be. We're at the 5. You wouldn't think that we'd be passing it here, but he had the jets to get away, and nobody's catching him. Absolutely nobody's catching Terrell. He's going to take it to the house, and we're going to get a thumbie. We're going to get the thumb. Where's the thumbnail? Probably right here, around here somewhere. Yeah, this is good. Something like this. We'll zoom in on Terrell. I don't like that the captain patch, the captaincy, is gone now on his jersey. Probably just a glitch of the relocation team. But Terrell Woodward running into the history books. You love to see it. Big time play. We'll kick the extra point for good measure, even though the sun is still in my eyes. I hate that. And then we'll get back to simming. What a play. I mean, that was one play. One play, 95 yards. It took him 11 seconds. 11 seconds to run 95 yards is insane. That's kind of crazy, actually. What a way to start a Super Bowl. But the Chiefs get it on the board again, and they're trying to get on the board again. Okay, this could get a little sketchy here. Who's their quarterback? Moore is his name. I'm not sure who it is. It's not Dante Moore. Ooh, almost a sack. Great play by Goodwell. Getting that hand in there. Good job. Good job. Oh, I thought they called the snap. I was about ready to jump. That's a sack, though. That's a huge play. It's Dwight Freeney. He heard me talking about how he got passed up for by Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. He's made a big play right there. They've got Almodovar. I didn't realize this is where I sent him. Former Golden Eagle Ben Almodovar is playing for Kansas City. That's kind of crazy, actually. But this is not good. We are down 17-7 in the Super Bowl. This Chiefs team is playing really well. We have 3 turnovers. What has happened? None of them have been me. The only thing that I did was the rushing touchdown. None of the turnovers have been me. It's been all in the sim. We have absolutely struggled to play against Kansas City here. This is not looking good. We got to score. We got to score. We're going to try to hit that across. It's intercepted. You can't be serious, man. Was that not a good ball? That ball felt like it was really good on time, and it's intercepted. It's just not our day. It's just not our day today. I can't believe that ball was picked. That was a good ball. I don't know how you don't throw that. I mean, that's a good throw. Speaking of good throws, that's a touchdown catch by Dalvin Cook. Keeps us in it, and we're going to get better field position by a punt return. There's still hope. We were down 17-7 in the second half of this game. There is still hope for the Golden Eagles. Antonio Brown back to return. And he's going to give us great starting field position to the 43. All right, Patty. This is what you're built for. This is why we drafted you. For moments like these. Dalvin Cook with the handoff. And he's got room. He's not going to one-up his teammate, but it's still a great run for Dalvin. A fantastic run for Dalvin Cook right there. They just don't play the middle of the field. They're letting us run. We're gashing them for like 30 yards. For some reason, they're not playing the middle. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the routes I was supposed to hit in time, so I got to throw that away. I can't believe we've had so many turnovers in this game, though. 4 turnovers. One that I've committed with that stupid interception. I can't believe that was even a pick in the first place. And then the other 3 that happened in sim. I don't know if they were interceptions or fumbles. We'll find out at the end of the game, but somehow we are still in this one. Even with all those turnovers, it's going to be a flag, man. Holding on the offense. That's why I didn't throw it. That's why I didn't throw it. Garrett Bowles is responsible. That's a tough one, man. That's a real tough one, especially when I had open receivers on the slants. I was going to throw it. We'll go underneath. That's Xavier Worthy. He's going to chip away at some of that penalty yardage. It's 3rd and 12 now. Chip. So it's 2 interceptions. So I've thrown 1 interception for Mahomes. He threw another one in sim, and then it must have been some sort of fumble were the other 2. Just a sloppy performance in the Super Bowl, but it's all going to be forgiven if we can win this game. We'll go underneath. Antonio Brown. He gets a lot of yards. That's a super manageable 4th down. That's what I was going for. I wanted the actual... No, we got to kick it. We got to kick it. That's too smart. We got to kick the field goal. Tie the game. At least we have overtime, if anything. And we do have overtime, and I think we start with the football. I thought they were going to get it for a second. I thought they were going to score. Probably should have jumped in. But we have forced overtime in the Super Bowl. 17 all. Handoff. Woodward. He's electric. Terrell Woodward bouncing around. He's already at the 47. He's got 119 yards on 5 carries. What an insane performance from Terrell Woodward. He's putting the team on his back, though. He put the team on his back, though. And he continues to dominate. Simply dominate is the motto of Terrell Woodward. Make a man miss. He did. Terrell Woodward. Can he outrun number 20? Of course he can. Touchdown in overtime. Now, it's not the win because we started the football, but it's still a great, great moment. And we possibly have a chance to stop the Chiefs right here. This Chiefs team is good. I can see why they made it to the Super Bowl. 1st and 10. Come on. Stop him. Don't let him get there. Lopez. Great tackle, Miguel. Joshua Moore is the name of the quarterback for Kansas City. At some point, when we get a little bit deeper into this, probably like 8 years, 9 years deep, we'll start to see all of the draft quarterbacks as all the quarterbacks in the league, I would think. That's a great tackle. It's a 3rd and 1. It's a 3rd and 1. Come on, boys. We got to stop him here. It's obviously 4-down territory, but still, we got to stop him. Handoff, and he's going to get it. Yes, he got it. Darn it. It's LeGarrette Blount. Blunt force trauma, baby. I love LeGarrette Blount. One of my favorite Patriots of recent memory. I can't believe he got that, though. A fresh set of downs, but no more first downs for the Chiefs. They're not going to need it. Touchdown. All right, well, now it's next score wins. Now it is next score wins. Both teams have had a possession. Both teams have scored. Terrell Woodward, the handoff. God, he's so good. This offensive line is doing him wonders blocking right now. But also Terrell Woodward is doing it himself. Next score wins. I really don't want to go to double overtime, so if we can just get in the field goal range, that'd also be pretty sick. Parr with a great catch. He's got 6 for 82. The heart is beating. The heart is pumping. I'm nervous. I want to win this Super Bowl for the boys. Handoff, Woodward. I didn't do that very well. I could have done that a lot better. I didn't. Come on. Go out of the backfield. No. What? All right. That was open. That was there. But the Chiefs brought the heat. 3rd and 8. Fire that in. That's AB. He's not going to have the first. This is a weird spot. I got to go for it. This is a really weird spot to be in. We're not in field goal range just yet. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Did I just screw up the Super Bowl? No! I just screwed up the Super Bowl. I cannot. Oh, they didn't get it. They ran out of time. We're going to double overtime. Oh, my God. They were set up for a field goal, but they didn't have any timeouts. They ran out of time. Why can't I skip? I'm holding the skip button. Skip, please. Skip. 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 Come on. What are we doing here? There we go. I cannot believe I screwed it up, and then they ran out of time. Double overtime in the Super Bowl. The first time ever a double overtime Super Bowl has occurred. It's LeGarrette Blount. Do not let this happen. It's next score wins, by the way. It is next score wins. And they're going to kick the field goal. You bums. You wouldn't. On 2nd and 1, you're going to kick the field goal to win the Super Bowl. I can't believe this. No. Not like this. Not like this. Block it. Block it. Block it. Block it. No! The Super Bowl has been lost. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Oh, it's heartbreak. Devastation. Suffocation. No breathing. Oh. We've lost the Super Bowl to the Kansas City Chiefs in just absolute heartbreak. Absolute, utter heartbreak. I cannot believe I just did that. 21 of 30, 200 yards. We were just down in the game. We made such a good comeback, but we shouldn't even have been in the spot in the first place, so I guess that's something. Terrell Woodward, we wasted a generational performance, 170 yards on 9 carries. He averaged 19.7 yards per carry. We wasted a generational performance from Terrell. He put us on his back and he tried, but the defense just couldn't compete with the Chiefs. The offense started way too slow. 2 sacks each for TJ Watt and Dwight Freeney, a half each for Lopez and Garrett. No interceptions, but oh, I don't know how we recover from that one. That one's gonna stick in the minds of Mexico City fans for a long time. We're not gonna be forgetting that anytime soon. That's a brutal a brutal loss to have on the resume there. We get a contract extension, but we're not gonna sim to the offseason until we make those trades for some of our players. So, all right, our offseason begins now. I gotta readjust. Because that's tough, man. That's really, really tough. We see an upgrade to superstar dev for Dallas Turner. That's pretty nice. Love to see that. He's the only one on defense that I noticed has a dev trade increase. Quentin Nelson's revealed to have superstar. Not surprised there. Oh, Elias Parra. Elias Parra goes up to superstar from star. So 2 upgrades. 2 upgrades is pretty nice. Oh, all right. So we need to trade. Who do I say we need to trade? Earl Thomas. That's right. We need to trade Earl Thomas. Let's trade the boy. I would think we can get at least a first round pick for him, right? Maybe not. We can get Demaryius Thomas, which would be pretty sick. We got to be able to get a first round pick for Earl Thomas. So let's go talk to teams who need a free safety. The Bengals need a free safety for sure. They've got Dexter Oliver, who's old, so they could certainly use a free safety. What's their draft capital? Number 9, not too shabby. I'll take your first round pick this year and your first round pick next year for Earl Thomas. Never mind, we have negative 9.6 cap room. Okay. Well, you know what? This would be a perfect time to throw in our quarterback in Dakota Foster. But it also is not a perfect time because he doesn't get the required cap room. Although the Bengals, if I keep adding money, the Bengals are going to not be able to afford it. So the Bengals might not be a team that can do this. We got to take a look at more free safety options. Who else is out there? They have an X factor, but he's old. They've got 2 old guys. They got Obi Melifonwu, but they're not going to be able to afford the money. So who else needs a free safety? Not the Commanders. The Falcons can't afford it. Man, there's nobody that can afford it. Okay, the Niners might be able to, but they got Rudy Ford, who's 23. Never mind. They don't need a free safety. All the teams that can afford the contract don't need a free safety. Maybe the Steelers? Let's try the Steelers. Yeah, they got 2 guys that are a little bit older. What's their cap room, or what's their draft pick situation? Number 10, that's not that much worse than what the Bengals were offering us. So let's do that. And then let's toss in some extra money. Who's going to be that guy? Who's going to get tossed in here? Para? He did just go up to superstar dev. I don't know if I want to give him up just yet. Kirk Young, Ben Goodwell, Carlos Lopez, Brock Bowers, Quentin Nelson, Sam Shields, Beltron. It might have to be Howie Patterson, although he only takes it down to $5 million. What about if I toss in Dakota Foster? That takes it down to $2.74 million. Why, oh why, does the cap room suck so bad? We might have to just go for one of these trades, but these trades aren't giving me first round picks. I want first round picks. Maybe I start with trading somebody else first. Maybe we trade. I gotta re-sign Rob. I may just have to go into the restructuring path. Okay, if we trade Marco Creighton, that might get us positive first. So I think I was trading the wrong guy first. But is there anybody that can take the money? The Bucks can take the money, not the Bucks. Oh yeah, it was the Bucks. But they don't need Marco Creighton unless they want to move on from Jimmy Whitfield and Clifton Drew. Let's explore other options though. Are there other teams that need money or that have money? The Chiefs just won the Super Bowl. They don't need a defensive tackle. Who else can take the money? The Niners can take the money, but they don't need a defensive tackle. The Lions can take the money, and they're going to have a decent draft pick. Okay. This is where we go. We go Detroit. Lions are going to have a good draft pick. They have the number 2 overall pick. You give me all of this for Marco Creighton, and this is where I throw in Dakota Foster. And you give me all that, and we'll be good. No? Okay. Well, how about just that? No? All right. Fine. I can't really add any personnel because or anybody else because they don't have that much more cap room. I can get a first round pick for Earl Thomas. I know that. I know that I can. So I gotta send somebody else into the deal. And it's gonna have to be Howie Patterson, maybe? No, that puts them over the cap. I think that would let us accomplish what we need to do. But they can't do it. Jeremy Creighton. I kind of want to bring Jeremy Creighton back. Miguel Lopez, maybe? I talked about him possibly being a trade piece, so Miguel Lopez, that puts it in the red, really? I mean, I am asking for the number 2 overall pick. I'll give you pick 32. We don't need that. I'll give you pick 31 as well. We don't need that either. Oh, that's getting so close. That's getting so close. How about I keep 31 and I'll give you 16? Oof. 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 So close. And then I give you Dakota Foster. Did it go through? Oh, they can't take it. I was going to say, what happened? They can't take on Dakota Foster's money. All right, well, I guess I'll give you a second round pick in 2048. And that is official. We give 2 first round picks this year to get a top 2 pick in the draft. We get a second round pick this year as well, and a first round pick next year. So that's our second first round pick next year. That's pretty nice. That frees up some money, and it allows us to officially trade Earl Thomas for what we know we can get, which is a first round pick. So let's trade Earl Thomas. We have to package him with somebody else to officially free up the cap room. But who else is in need of a contract? Dwight Freeney, that's right. We probably have to trade Dwight Freeney, which I don't really want to do, but I think it's the best option. And I can get a first round pick. They're giving me X Factor players, but I know for a fact I can get a first round pick for Dwight or for Earl Thomas. And I think the Bengals are going to be my target again. They don't have a lot of money, but they don't need to anymore. You give me pick number 9, you give me your second round pick, you give me your first round pick and your second round pick. We'll call it even. Ooh, that's so close. So very close. How about I give you a 4th round pick in 2048? So close, but yet so far. I can't give him Dakota Foster. It's going to cost too much. I could give him Jacob Cowing. Is that going to be enough? That puts him just negative. Just negative. It might not be possible with players. It might have to be another pick. Yeah, I don't have anybody that's not making any money that's going to be valuable. I mean, Howard Wilson's kind of valuable, but he puts them over the cap as well. So it's going to have to be another pick, unfortunately. Unless I take out Dwight Freeney and put in somebody that's a little bit cheaper. I guess that's always possible. But Dwight Freeney, I feel like, helps this go through. So it's going to have to be 2 4th round picks. I'd be willing to give up a 4th round pick this year to get picks next year. Oh my God, you serious? You're not going to take that, really? All right, so there we go. We get another 1st round pick this year, which is pick number 9. We get another 1st round pick next year, plus 2 more seconds for Earl Thomas and Dwight Freeney. We're going to re-sign Gronk. We're going to re-sign Cam Chancellor. We're going to re-sign Ed Reed. We got to trade Dakota Foster. He wants a lot more money now. Oh, that's right. We got to... Okay, so we're going to package Howie Patterson and Dakota Foster into a trade. And that should be the last guys that... I should have just done it from there. That's going to be the last guys that we should have to trade. So let's trade Patterson and Foster. Where's Patterson at? There he is. Howie Patterson and Dakota Foster are going to get packaged into a trade. And we can get Junior Colson. Not bad. We can get Matt Bryant, but he's old. Mike Hall Jr. I don't think I can get a 1st round pick, but I may be able to get some extra stuff. Who needs a left guard? Who needs a left guard? The Bills desperately need a left guard. So we might be able to trade with them. What can I get for these 2 guys together? Do they need a quarterback? No, they have JJ. They got 9. but it might just have to be a casualty. Although they don't have picks that I really want, so maybe we could come back to them. That might be an option. Tampa, they don't need a left guard. They've got a Luminor. Chiefs don't need one. The Niners don't need one. The Packers do need a left guard. Okay, now we're talking. They pick at 24. That's not great. They could. Oh, they have Lamar. They don't need a quarterback though. Hmm. Do I trade with the Packers? They have better odds at the picks. Is there anybody else down the board here? The Steelers. Steelers could use a left guard, I guess. What's their quarterback situation? Anthony Jackson and Baker. Okay, so they don't need a left guard, or they don't need a quarterback, but they have picked 10. I think the Packers might be a decent spot for us. It's middle of the road. 24. You give me a third round pick. You give me your first round pick and a second round pick next year. Ooh, okay. How about you give me a third? No. You give me a first round pick the year after. No, okay. I just wanted to try that out. You give me a second round pick the year after. Okay. I guess I could take a third. Very close. It's probably gonna have to. I'm probably gonna have to add something else, aren't I? Yeah, I'm gonna have to add something else to this. Thankfully, they do have a little bit of cap room to play with here, so I can add another player if I have to. But that other player is going to be, I'm not quite sure. Who do I not really want to work with here? Beasley's 29, but if I trade him, I could get something better than this. Goodwill. Do I don't really think I need Howard Wilson. I think I can get something else, or I could get a better corner. He doesn't really help it that much, though, does he? You think that he would be a little bit more valuable. I mean, I could give up Chidobe Awuzie, I guess, but I got him on contract for a little bit longer. Oh, I don't really want to have to go back to draft picks, but it looks like that's going to be the case. We've got pick 2, pick 9, pick 31. We got a lot of seconds. We got a lot of first round picks. How about my fourth round pick next year? So close, man. So close. A 6 and a 6. Oh, devastating. Absolutely devastating. A 6 and a 5 should get it done. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Wait, that said the weird glitch. It said player at position. Does that mean it's not going to work? Yeah, we don't feel we could afford to move player at position right now. No, not that glitch. So who's the glitch? Is it Howard Wilson? It might be Howard Wilson. Oh, I didn't mean to take him out. Hold on. Let me get Patterson back in there. It might be Howard Wilson. Might be the guy that can't get traded for some reason. So how about I trade... I guess I could give up Tareeb still because he hasn't developed. Maybe Tareeb? No, it's not him. Is it Dakota Foster? Is Dakota Foster the glitch? I'm not sure. It might be Dakota. I feel like I can make this trade work, though. Now they're not really going for it. Now they don't have Dakota Foster in there. How do I make this work? I think Dakota Foster is the guy that's glitched out for some reason. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but I think that's the problem. How do I make this work? Do I do it like this with the 31st overall pick? That got really close. And then a 4th? Oh no, I already had the 4th in there. A 5th this year, a 4th next year, and I don't really give it my 3rd the year after, but I might have to. I may have to. I don't know if I can give up another player. If Dakota Foster is the one that's messed up for some reason. What about this guy, Corey Levin? Close, but doesn't get it done. It might have to be one of the D tackles. Maybe Grover Stewart, and I can get rid of. Let me keep the third. Might have to be the third. They're really pinching pennies to get rid of these first round picks, aren't they? Oh, it's not Dakota Foster. Is it Howie Patterson? Is he the one that's glitched? I may have to do a classic uh trade here. Junior Colson. Man, I feel like we can get a first round pick, but if it seems like it's glitched, so let me just try one of these trades. See if it works. Give me Junior Colson. No, we can't do the salary cap. Oh, that's what it is. So the salary cap is screwing it all up. Okay. That's why we couldn't do anything. That makes sense. Okay, at least now I know what was going on. Let's restructure some contracts. So Antonio Brown's going to get restructured. Oh, he can't get restructured. Never mind. He's not going to get restructured. I was hoping he could. Goodwill can't get restructured. Neither can Lopez. Oh, this is not looking good. The first guy that can get restructured is Woodward, so we'll do that, I guess. Young, Garrett, Nelson. None of these guys can get restructured. This is not good. Sam Shields can. We are in a world of hurt. None of these guys that are expensive could get restructured. That freed up like no money. That freed up like no money whatsoever. I'm a little bit terrified now. I'm a little bit terrified. We're not going to be able to re-sign those guys. We may lose Rob Gronkowski. I don't want to, but we might lose Rob Gronkowski. If I trade these guys now, can I accept the trade? No. All right, let's advance. Let's see what happens. If anything, we can franchise tag somebody. Yeah, we have no money now. Probably because those restructures didn't help. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to bring these guys back. I don't know if we can figure out a way to bring these guys back though. Season recap: we lose the Super Bowl 27-24. Still can't believe I did that. Joshua Moore, the quarterback, wins MVP. Miss Juice wins Coach of the Year. Elias Parra wins Offensive Player of the Year. I kind of thought that was a possibility. I didn't think it was actually going to happen though, but he does win the Offensive Player of the Year. Unfortunately, we don't win MVP. Jesus Cabrera. I'm assuming it's Jesus, but I like calling him Jesus. So Jesus Cabrera has won the NFL MVP. Oh, Bradley Chubb and Saquon Barkley are your rookies of the year if you care about that. What did he put up? What kind of numbers did he put up? He's not even in the top 3 in yards. So what could he have done? He played for the Falcons, I think, right? What could he have done that was better than what Mahomes put up? 4,100 yards, 38 touchdowns, 5 picks. Mahomes put up 41, 38, and 5. Mahomes put up 42, 43, and 8. So they only gave it to him because he had 3 less interceptions? He had better yards, better touchdowns, and probably a better completion percentage. Yeah, a much better completion. So because he threw 3 less interceptions, they gave it to Jesus Cabrera. I feel like I've been robbed. And I know I say that a lot sometimes, or a lot when I get don't get an MVP award or don't get an award of some kind. But I mean, that one objectively is a robbery. That's a straight up robbery. The fact that they gave it to Jesus Cabrera, of all people, when he had less yards, less touchdowns, and 3 less interceptions. Oh, he had 3 less interceptions. Oh no, what are we gonna do? You got to give him the MVP. He's so much more efficient. He had 64% completion percent. What are we talking about here? Completely and utterly robbed. Completely and utterly robbed by the awards committee. Do we have any retirements? I doubt that we do. We're still a fairly young team. We have no retirements. So I guess we just get into the grime. We get into the grit and the grind because it is not going to go well. We have negative $27 million, and Gronkowski, Cam Chancellor, Ed Reed, Brock Bowers we can accept the option on. And then we can accept the option on Dallas Turner. So those are the 2 guys that we have options for. Everybody else might have to leave us, which is devastating that we can't get anything back for any of these guys. I'm gonna franchise tag one of them. I just don't know which one I'm gonna franchise tag. Probably Cam Chancellor. I think, but we have Derwin James. Do we really need to franchise tag Cam? I just wish I could be able to trade these guys if I'm not gonna be able to bring them back. If we toss Gronk in the trade finder, it does not get us any money because we still have negative $26 million in cap room. If I toss Cam in there, that brings it down to 15 million, but it's just not going to be enough. If we toss Antonio Brown in there, that gets us to a positive number, but I'm obviously not trading Antonio Brown. Unfortunately, it looks like we are going to have to let these guys go. We're going to choose one to franchise tag. I don't know which one we're going to choose, though. If I toss all three of these guys in the trade finder at the same time, it gives me options, but I don't know if I can actually accept these or not. The crazy part is I'm barely getting any first round picks. I got two teams offering me first round picks. Pick 23 from the Giants, and then the Bears are giving me Ryan Ramczyk and a first round pick in 2048. They're also giving me a second round pick in 2048. I may just accept that. If it lets me, I doubt that it lets me. It might. Or we could get another first round pick this year, and then a couple picks next year. I'll accept the Ramczyk deal. I was going to say, it's not going to let me do it. It's not going to let me accept any of these deals, unfortunately. Nope, due to the salary cap reasons. So why even offer me the deals? Just tell me that you can't accept the deals if that's the case. Just tell me that you can't. We can't do the trade. Why get the hopes up? So unfortunately, we're gonna have to let all of these guys walk. We're gonna have to make a decision on one of them. Who's the one that we want to franchise tag? We have Mark Andrews. We have Brock Bowers. So unfortunately, Gronk is kind of the odd man out here. Cam Chancellor, we have Derwin James. Ed Reed, we have the younger Earl Thomas by a year, I think, or maybe 2 years. Dakota Foster's going to go. We already have Patrick Mahomes. Howie Patterson's leaving. Creighton, I wish I could bring back. I just don't have the cap room. So I think out of everybody, I kind of want it to be Gronk, honestly. Ed Reed's so cheap, though. I think it's going to be Gronk. I know it's weird because we have Brock Bowers, we have Mark Andrews, but I think it's going to be Gronk that I want back. Out of anybody here, it's only 20 million for a franchise tag. I'm going to choose Rob Gronkowski. I know that's weird considering we have a log jam at tight end. We're very deep at tight end, but I want Gronk. He's one of our first guys. He was in that first draft class, I think. So, or one of the two first draft classes. So he's been here for a while. So I'd like to have him. I'd like to have him back. Now we get to free agency. We'll see where our guys go, I guess. Earl Thomas is the highest rated player, then Cam Chancellor. No surprise, it's a lot of our guys. There's Ed Reed down there. So unfortunately, we lose. Oh, we lost Earl Thomas too. Oh, I didn't even check that we lost Earl Thomas too. I thought that he was back. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Okay, so now we have no free safety because Earl Thomas and Ed Reed both left. So maybe I should have prioritized Ed Reed instead of Rob Gronkowski. That might be a mistake on my part. Well, that's annoying. And we don't have any money to get him back. So looks like we're going to be looking for a free safety, whether it's in this draft or in the next couple drafts. All right, let's get to the draft because I'm tired of the money, managing the money here. We're not even doing a good job at managing the money. So if we take a look at free agency recap, Earl Thomas signed with the Saints. Cam Chancellor signed with the Seahawks. Funny. We've got, where did Ed Reed go? Ed Reed signed with the Niners. Dwight Freeney remains unsigned, probably because nobody had a cap room. Jeremy Creighton picked the Browns. Yeah, a lot of these guys are just going unsigned because there's just no cap room. We probably will have to, at some point, turn off the salary cap. We're not going to do it right now, but that's probably a move that is going to have to happen in the near future, maybe like 3 or 4 years down the line, because everybody, once we cycle in all these draft classes, everybody's going to be making way too much money. So we'll have to think about that. But private workouts, we know that Darrelle Revis is number one player, or no, round one player. That's not a surprise. We know that Calvin Johnson's going to be a top 5 player, and we're hopefully going to take him. That's the goal. What about free safeties now that we have a need for it? Reggie Nelson, Eric Weddle. Okay, those are probably the only two. Michael Griffin's cool, but those are probably the two that we need to focus on. So we're going to pick both of them. And then, was there one more guy that I wanted to focus on? We do need defensive tackle. We did scout defensive tackle as our national focus. I just don't know if there's a defensive tackle in this class that's going to be worth it. There's a couple guys that are round 1 to 2 down the board. Maybe we go with them. We'll have to see where our picks land and see what's available. We're going to probably need some more offensive linemen. Marshall Yanda we know is a round 1 to 2. We know Ryan Khalil is a round 1. And we know, well, we don't know Ben Grubbs, but I'm probably going to use my final one on Ben Grubbs. So let's just do that right there. So we'll do the 2 free safeties and Ben Grubbs as our 3 focus players. And we will move to the draft. We'll take a look at the mock draft first, see what the board has everybody going. Number 1 pick is Jamarcus Russell. That's huge because that means we don't have to trade up. Thank you, Indianapolis, for making the stupid decision of drafting Jamarcus Russell. Because that allows us to get Calvin Johnson without having to trade up. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Then Joe Thomas, then Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, LaRon Landry, Ted Ginn to Miami School. Patrick Willis to the Raiders at 8. We pick again at 9, and they have us taking Lawrence Timmons, which is not going to happen because I'm going to drop one spot and take, well, I'm not going to drop one spot, but I'm going to take Darrelle Revis at 10, I think is the smart move. So then that gets a wide receiver done, that gets a corner done, and then we don't have any other draft picks. Oh, no, we have 32, that's right. I thought I traded 31. Did I trade 31? I traded 30, yeah. So if we want Marshall Yanda, we have to trade up from 32. If we want Ben Grubbs, he's a top 5 player. Ugh. Why does Ben Grubbs have to be a top 5 player? I may have to trade up from 32 to 24. That's going to be a steep jump. And especially when we can't trade players because of our negative cap room. We're going to have to only trade draft picks. That's going to be a little bit tricky. Who was it? The Packers? From 24 to 32. It's quite the jump. From 24 to 32. It's in the neon yellow. It's not ideal. I do have draft capital later on. Not much, but I do have later on draft picks. I don't think it's going to work with just draft picks. If I had money, I'd be able to give up a lot of stuff. But I don't have money, so unfortunately we can't make that trade happen most likely. We're probably just going to have to get into the draft and just see how it goes. I mean, I would absolutely love to have the 24th pick. I really would. This is coming up clutch, by the way. Having Jamarcus Russell jump up 2 spots to number 1 overall. And it doesn't guarantee that they're going to take him, but it's highly likely because the mock draft rarely is wrong in Madden 26. They usually follow it to a T. But I don't think I have enough assets to get up to 24. Even though Ben Grubbs is a great player, if I had cap space, I could be able to toss in a player that might be able to help. I can probably get up to 30. That's probably not going to cost too much. I guess I didn't think about that. I was so focused on trade up to 24. I probably could get up to 30. It's only 2 spots. And then get Marshall Yanda. Was it the Bucks? Yeah. Because Marshall Yanda certainly could be helpful to this team. So if I toss in, what was it, a 4th round pick? Trade accepted. So we jump up from 32 to 30. That should secure us Marshall Yanda, which will help out. Please, Colts, do not screw this up. Whatever you do.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh, they screwed it up. They screwed it up. They took Calvin with number 1 overall. I mean, the obvious thing was to jump up to number 1 just to guarantee it. I mean, the mock draft had them taking Jamarcus. The mock draft never lies in Madden 26. It's like 99% accurate on what's going to be the draft. This is the one time it's not accurate. Oh, you got to be joking, man. You've simply got to be joking. Unfortunately, I don't remember when Darrell Revis is going. I think he was going middle of the or late. I think he was going like 10. I'm pretty sure, so we can get him at 9. I think. Do I just trade the pick away now? I can get some. I can recoup some of the draft picks that I've traded away. Even though number 2 is not nearly as valuable, I can still get some decent value for it. Some teams are offering me 3 first rounders, which is always nice. I may just have to take that and bank on getting the Randy Moss draft class. I cannot believe they did that. They were projected Jamarcus Russell. Why would you not take Jamarcus Russell? They don't know how bad he is. Unbelievable, man. Absolutely unbelievable. I think I'm gonna have to take one of these trades. I'm kind of leaning towards the Bears because I get a second round pick. I also get a second round pick this year, but I already have a bunch of second round picks. I'm kind of leaning towards Chicago's trade. Who is the Colts quarterback? Because if the Colts actually have a decent quarterback, then it'll actually make sense that they didn't take Jamarcus. But who is? I can't see it from this screen. How do I see it from? I gotta go to the GM office. Duh. Who's the Colts quarterback? Who is it? It's Deshaun Kaiser. I mean, you could have just had the holy grail of trash quarterbacks if you wanted Jamarcus Russell, but they didn't take it. So either we trade with Chicago, we fall all the way to 28, although we have 9, obviously. We fall all the way to 28. We miss out on guys like Adrian Peterson, Joe Thomas, Ted Ginn, Patrick Willis. We can take whoever we want here. The board is ours, except for Calvin Johnson. So do we take somebody here or do we pass up? Because I mean, we could take Patrick Willis. I mean, that would not be a bad move at number 2 for sure. That would be a sick thing to do. I don't really know where to go now. That kind of that kind of threw me for a loop. I was banking that they weren't going to screw it up, and they screwed it up. They took the guy that I was supposed to take at middle linebacker. What's our middle linebacker spot looking like? We got Roquan, right? Yeah, we've got Roquan, we've got Beltron, we've got Dallas Turner. We don't really need Patrick Willis, even though that's crazy to say because Patrick Willis is a freak. We don't really need him though. How old is Beltron? Beltron's 29, so he is aging out a little bit. And then obviously Roquan and Dallas Turner are pretty young. So maybe we draft Patrick Willis at 2 and move. Well, one of the two would have to play Sam linebacker. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, they had to screw it up. They just had to do it. I think I'm either going to take Patrick Willis or I take this trade with Chicago. We would basically be forfeiting Patrick Willis. We'd be moving back to 28. We would still be able to get 2 first round picks this year and next year, or next year and the year after, I mean, and then a second round pick next year as well. But we already have a lot of draft capital. If I go over to my roster and we go to the draft picks, next year's picks, we have 3 already. So we would be adding a 4th first round pick plus another second round pick and then a first round pick the year after in 2048. So that is pretty good because we have no idea what the wheel is going to give us. It could give us the Randy Moss draft class. It very well could be, which I think is 97. Is it 97? 98? One of the two. Whatever it is. It could give us one of those draft classes, or it could give us a bum draft class. That's always possible. This is a good draft class in terms of like top end talent. Do I take Patrick Willis? Oh man, this is a tough choice. I was hoping to breeze through this because I would take Calvin, then we go through, take Darrell Revis, go through again, take whoever else, Marshall Yanda. But now I don't know what to do, man. Now I don't know what to do. This Bears trade is probably the only one I would consider. The other ones are fine. They're fine trades, but I think the value the Bears are giving me is the best that I can get. So if I'm going to do a trade, it's going to be with Chicago. Do I give up on Patrick Willis? Beltran's 29. I don't know. I don't know. I almost want to flip a coin. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to accept the trade. I'm trying to value the future wheel spin potential rather than the pick this year. So Joe Thomas is who they take at number 2. Jamarcus goes 3 to Washington. Adrian Peterson goes 4 to the Carolina Panthers. The Vikings take Marshawn Lynch. 6, Denver takes LaRon Landry. 7, Ted Ginn Jr. does go to Miami. And then at 8, Patrick Willis goes to the Raiders. I probably would have considered Patrick Willis at 9, but we do probably have to take our guy Darrelle Revis here at 9. So we're going to grab Darrelle. Revis Island has taken up home here in Mexico City. So that's our first draft pick of the draft. Lawrence Timmons goes. Wayne Aguirre. Now we're kind of looking out for the safeties, Reggie Nelson and Eric Weddle. We know that they're both round 2 to 3 true talents, so taking them in the first round would kind of suck. There goes Reggie Nelson. The Lions take him at 16, maybe a little bit ahead of schedule. Now we're just waiting on Eric Weddle. I don't think Weddle gets taken here. I'd honestly be kind of shocked if he did. There goes Ryan Khalil. Ben Grubbs. We knew Ben Grubbs was going to be good. He actually got taken a spot ahead of us. So that would have made me even more mad because we were going to trade up at 24 with the Packers. He got taken at 23. So I would have been even more mad if I would have traded all those assets to get up 24 and I still got jumped by the Giants. Okay, so Weddle is still on the board if we want to go that route. But so is Marshall Yanda, which is kind of where we were leaning anyway. So I think with this pick, we're going to take Marshall Yanda. And then with pick 30, we just take somebody. I don't really know. Maybe Weddle. But I feel like he makes it to the second round because we have like the first pick of the second round. I think Weddle makes it to the second round. So do we pivot to Sidney Rice? Is that where we go? Do we pivot to Sidney Rice? What do we do here? I don't think I can take a wide receiver in the first round if it's not going to be Calvin Johnson. Or maybe I can. I am kind of crazy like that. Maybe I can do it. How did Sidney test at the combine? He had elite jumping, only 4.6 speed. I remember Sidney being faster. He doesn't look bad. He's 6'4". He's a fun receiver. Robert Meacham's also pretty cool. He's faster than Sidney Rice, or at least he ran faster at the combine. And then the other Steve Smith. We could take Troy Smith to be the new backup quarterback. I think I'm just gonna take Sidney Rice. And then we bank that Eric Weddle is there in the second round. It's early second round anyway, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. We did reach a little bit, but we do grab another wide receiver to help us out. Bobby Elliott goes to the Lions, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have pick 32, and they will grab somebody. We'll have to wait till, here it is. The Tampa Bay selection is Jeff Nix. And then the Colts with the first pick of the second round take RJ McGowan. So this is probably where we take Weddle, because I doubt that he makes it to the final or one of the final picks of the second round. So Eric Weddle is going to be one of our new free safeties, probably our new free safety. I'm assuming he's going to be higher overall than Thompson. We simulate to our next pick. Oh, we have another pick right here. I thought we only had the pick 6. He probably would have been there at 41. I forgot we had that pick. I could take Greg Olsen, just keep loading up on linebacker or on tight ends, but I'm kind of feeling John Beeson. Is that kind of crazy to feel John Beeson a little bit? Am I feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? I am kind of feeling it right now, Mr. Krabs. I'm kind of leaning John Beeson here. Let's go. Let's go with John. Nice athlete. Take John Beeson. I'm at a 57 in true value. He's also got a hidden dev. We're drafting solidly here. Drafting solidly. We go all the way down to 63. Who got taken? Troy Smith got taken at 46. I was thinking about taking Troy Smith at 63 to be our backup quarterback. Unfortunately, he's not there. Greg Olsen is still there. Brandon Merriweather is still available. We probably do need a quarterback, don't we? To back up. I guess we don't need a quarterback to back up Mahomes because there's no injuries on, so it's not like he's going to get injured. Greg Olsen. Do I take Greg Olsen for trade bait? Is that where we go? Are we that desperate? Could I package Greg Olsen to get Calvin Johnson? Are we feeling that kind of vibe right now? You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Greg Olson. I don't know. I don't think I packaged him to get Calvin Johnson. I mean, I could try. He is the number 5 player in the class. We take another tight end. How many years in a row have I taken a tight end? I'm loading up on tight ends right now. I'm probably not going to draft anybody else. Unless, is that D tackle still available? That was like a round 1 talent. Is he still available? There's a round 1 to 2. But the round 1 must have got taken. So I guess we grabbed this Earl Hill, who's a round 1 to 2 talent. Number 23 in true value with a hidden dev. That could help us out. That could help us out at D tackle. All right, so we swing and miss on the Calvin Johnson thing, but I mean, I was fooled. They tricked me. They said they were going to take Jamarcus Russell, and then they lied. They lied to me. We'd still end up with Darrelle Revis, who's a 78. Marshall Yanda, 75. Sidney Rice, yeah, we reached a little bit with him being 72 overall. He's a pick 30. That's not a first-round pick. But you know what? Sidney Rice is cool, and he doesn't have to be a starter. He can be like a third or fourth receiver. It's not that big of a deal. Weddle is a 73. Beeson's a 74. Greg Olson's an 80. Earl Hill's a 76. So I think all the picks that I made are fairly good. The Calvin Johnson one would have been amazing. It would have been phenomenal if we would have been able to do that. I have negative $33.9 million in cap room. Can I do any sort of restructuring? Okay, everybody now is available for restructure, so that's going to help us out a lot. Ben Goodwell can get restructured. Carlos Lopez is now available for trade, most likely. We got to restructure all these guys to try to get some cap space available. That freed up a lot of cap space by pushing all that back. It still didn't free up enough to go positive, but if I toss in... Who's my left tackle backup? Oh, it's Garrett Bowles, that's right. So if I toss in Carlos Lopez and I toss in Greg Olson, can I get Calvin Johnson? The Colts don't have enough money. No! They also have Malik Neighbors. Oh my god, that's a crazy one. I cannot believe they don't have enough money to make this deal. Oh, the Colts, why? Why do the Colts not have any money? I mean, they do have money if I didn't give them the left tackle, Lopez. If I gave them somebody else, they could probably afford it. But I can't afford it. It has to be Lopez to take us over the cap, to get us into the positive. So it seems like the money just ain't matching. Nothing is going to make it so that we can get this to work. It's not going to work because I'd have to give up too many people to make the money match. Ben Goodwill's making 34.5 on his cap hit. That's kind of insane, actually. I didn't realize it was that high. It's just not going to work. I'd have to package too many people together to get this to work, and then they just wouldn't have the money. Oh, why does the world hate me? If you would have just taken frickin' Jamarcus Russell, we would have been all good. We would have been all good in the hood. And you didn't do it. Why do the Colts have no money? Why do we both have to have no money? This is the annoying part about cap room. If I could just make it work, it would be totally fine. I'd be all good. We'd be all Gucci gang. But we are not said Gucci gang. You want Jacob Cowing? I'm not going to be able to make it happen. There's just no combination. They have $4 million in cap room. I have negative $7 million in cap room. There's just no combination that can make it work unless I can restructure even more people. But I don't think that's possible. I think I restructured everybody that I was able to, at least at the top. I can restructure Brock Bowers. That doesn't do much. I can restructure Dallas Turner. I mean, we're freeing up pennies. We're freeing up pennies at this point. It's not doing anything. We're down to 6.42 million. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. We're just going to have to live without Calvin Johnson, unfortunately. The Colts did us dirty. We will remember that. We will remember the Colts doing us dirty, and we'll make up for it. We will do them dirty. We do have a couple of decent defensive tackles here. I might want to start Harrison Phillips / Earl Hill because they've got the dev traits. So, and they're both 76 overall. If I put them in the training camp, they'll probably develop into a pretty solid overall defensive tackles. But that's going to do it for the episode. Unfortunately, we didn't end up with the game plan of getting Calvin Johnson, but we still have a really good team. And we did lose the Super Bowl, so year 7, we're coming out and trying to go balls deep in a Super Bowl. We'll see if we can do it. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.